In this class we are going to discuss about K-map. Okay, so actually today we will start second unit. Already first unit is completed. Okay, so today we'll start the second unit, that is minimization. Okay, so this minimization, what we have to minimization in that, what we have to minimized in that means whatever the boolean expressions we are having in that first unit. Okay, that is comes to boolean algebra. Okay, so already we discussed, right, how to write a boolean expression and how to solve a boolean expressions, how to solve the boolean expressions by using boolean theorems and laws, right, as we know, right. So that means by using boolean laws and theorems we need to simplify the boolean expression. So but in this second unit we have to minimize that boolean expression by using K-map. Okay, so that means here we don't want to use any laws and theorems. Okay, don't want to take any boolean laws and theorems to solve for boolean expression. Okay, so just we need to solve any boolean expression by using K-map method. Okay, so now we'll see that what is K-map. So here K-map is also called as the Karnaugh map. So this K-map we can call it as Karnaugh map. So this is developed by a scientist Karnaugh. Okay, so this is developed by a scientist Karnaugh. By his name he given Karnaugh. So here we are having some important points we need to discuss. In that the first point is, so that is nothing but it is developed by Karnaugh in 1953. This is a first major point. Okay, so is developed in 1953. And what is the use of K-map means? To simplify boolean expression without using boolean laws and theorems. This is the major use. And theorems. Okay, these are the major points in K-map. So what is a K-map means? It is called as the Karnaugh map. So this is developed by a scientist Karnaugh. Okay, so by his name he given Karnaugh. So here we are having the major points are, it is developed in 1953. And what is the use of K-map means? To simplify boolean expression without using boolean laws and theorems. Already knows, right, what are the boolean laws we are having and what are the theorems we are having, as we discussed in the second unit, first of second unit. So that boolean laws are nothing but generally we need to explain, we need to see some more examples for that laws. X plus 0 is equals to x and x plus 1 is equals to 1, that is equals to a plus 1 is equals to a, no. So like this we are having some laws by using AND operator, by using OR operator or complement operator. Okay, by using these three operators we can implement some laws like this. Okay, so and what are the theorems we are having in that? Boolean theorems means associative law and distributive law and complement law and De Morgan's law, right. So in that first of second unit we need to discuss, that is nothing but what we have to discuss in that means by using these laws and these theorems to simplify the boolean expression, right. So you need to see one example for that. So like this, so z into z complement, this is nothing but AND operator law, right. So boolean law, this is one of, and x plus x complement law, this is one of the boolean law, right. So and boolean theorems is nothing but we are using here, that is nothing but distributive law here. Okay, so that means we need to minimize, we need to simplify this boolean expression by using distributive law. So like that we solved some of boolean expressions, right. But here in this second unit, so to solve any boolean expression by using without laws and theorems. So how to solve means, so now we'll see that one by one. Okay, so how to solve that? So for example, when we are having or when we are solving a Boolean expression, we used to consider Boolean laws or theorems generally, right? So, but it is somewhat typical to you whenever you forgetting the laws and theorems. Is it right? So, whenever you forgotten the laws and theorems, how to solve that Boolean expression? It is somewhat typical, right? Once forgetting the laws and theorems, right? So, whenever you forgotten the laws and theorems, in that case, you can make use of these K-maps to simplify the Boolean expression. Okay, so generally, so this K-map having the 2 variable to 4 variable expressions. Remember it. So this K-map consists of 2 variable to 4 variable. Okay, so in generally this K-map consists of 2 variable to 4 variable expressions. We can easily solve by using K-map method. Okay, so now we will see how the K-map will be, and what is the structure of K-map, and how we are having the variables in that. Okay, that we will see now. Okay, one by one. So here from 2 variable onwards, here we are having how many K-maps we are consisting? 2 variable to 4 variable. That is nothing but totally we are having the 3 K-maps. One is 2 variable, 2 variable K-map, and 3 variable K-map, and 4 variable K-map. Okay, so K-map is classified into 3 types: 2 variable K-map, and 3 variable K-map, and 4 variable K-map. Okay, remember that point. One thing here, in that we'll have 2 variable, 3 variable, and 4 variable K-map. So now more than 4 variable also by using K-map we can solve. Okay, more than 4 variable also by using K-map we can solve that problems. Okay, but that is somewhat typical. Up to 4 variables, this is very easy compared to Boolean expression solving by using laws and theorems. Okay, so more than 4 variables also we are having that K-maps, but it is somewhat typical to solve that problems or to solve that Boolean expression. Why? Because means the variables will be increased, right? Like if you are taking 4 variables means x, y, z, w, x, y, z, like that, for example. So that means totally we are consisting, the length will be increased. The Boolean function will be consist of 4 variables. May it consist of 4 variables, the Boolean function may be increased, right? So up to 4 variables means the length of the Boolean function will be increased. So it is somewhat typical up to 4 variables, but more than 4 variables means it's completely quite different as compared to these 3 K-maps. Okay, so that's why in the syllabus we have to we will discuss, that is 2, 3, 4 variables only. Okay, so now we'll go for this first one. We need to see first one, that is 2 variable K-map. Okay, so here for example, if you are having 2 variables, that maybe I can take for example, already you know, right? Variables is nothing but how to represent a variable. So how to represent a variables, that is nothing but which variable consists of alphabet letters and symbols. Okay, so that is nothing but we can call it as the variables a, b, c, x, y, z, and some more symbols we can used in that variables also. Okay, so in that we will take 2 variables. Okay, if you are having 2 variables, we may have that, for example, I can take that 2 variables as a, b. So then how many possibilities we are getting for this if you are having 2 variables? So 2 variables, for n variables we are having the 2 power n distinct possibilities, right? So like that, for 2 variables how many possibilities we are getting? Totally 4 possibilities, right? So that 4 possibilities, how to represent? So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. That is nothing but how to represent? So 0 is always, we can represent as complement. In generally we can represent 0 is always complement and 1 is always normal. As compared to min term and max term, that is quite different. But in generally we can represent 0 as complement and 1 is normal. Okay, so now write it like this way. So that is nothing but 0 0. A0 is nothing but complement, and B is also 0, that is complement. So how to represent 0 1? A is complement and B is normal. So A is normal and B is complement. And 1 0. Sorry, here 1 1. Right? So A is normal and B is normal. So these are the possibilities we are getting if you are having two variables. Okay. So how to represent a K-map means, actually this K-map is nothing but, what is K-map? Okay, so this K-map is nothing but a pictorial representation. Remember this. What is K-map? K-map is nothing but it is a pictorial representation. Okay, so it is a pictorial representation. This pictorial method to solve Boolean expression without using Boolean laws and theorems. Okay, so what is K-map? K-map is nothing but it is a pictorial representation, and this method to solve Boolean expression by using without using laws and theorems, that is called as the K-map. Okay, so now we will see that what is the pictorial representation of two variable. Okay, so see here we are having the pictorial representation is like this. It consists of one square box. Okay, the K-map representation is like this. The pictorial representation of K-map is like this. It consists of a square box and one separation. Okay, so here we can represent as separation, and this is one square box, and this square box may consist of cells. Okay, so here we are having cells in that like this 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we may have in that cells in K-map. For example, if I taken two variables K-map, the pictorial representation of K-map is like this. Okay, so pictorial representation of K-map is nothing but like this. It contains one box with this separation is for variables. This separation is for variables. Whatever two variables is we are having in that means, whatever variables is there in that, that is AB. What we are taking the variables in that, that is nothing but we can take the variables are AB. So just represent the variables is here, and these cells. Okay, so whatever the cells we are having, these cells we may have zeros and ones information. Okay, in two variables K-map consists of four cells 1 2 3 4. So the representation is nothing but like this 1 2 3 4. Okay, so these cells we may have zeros and ones information. Okay, so what is K-map means? K-map is nothing but it is a pictorial representation. This method, why we are using this method means to solve the Boolean expression without using laws and theorems. That is the first point. And second point is nothing but this pictorial method is contains one box. Okay, this K-map is contains one square box, and with this having one separation, that separation is indicated by the variables. Okay, if you are having three variables now, A, B, you can represent here 3. Another variable you can represent, or another variable you can represent here. No problem, but the cells may be increased. Okay, 3 variables means we may have 8 possibilities. So the square box contains 8 cells. Here only 2 variables now. 2 variables is nothing but 4 possibilities. That's why I can take that box contains 4 cells. I can separate that square box into 4 cells. Okay, so here this each cell consists of the min terms. Remember that point. So each cell consists of the min terms. So that min terms we can represent it as M0, M1, M2, M3. Okay, so here we are representing the variables here, right? So these variables may be interchanged. Okay, that's your wish. You can write A is here and B is here, no problem. You can interchange the variables. Okay, so nothing will happen. You can interchange that B as here and A as here, no problem. You can changing that. Okay, so now we'll see that in that two variables totally consisting of the 4 cells, but each cell having the min term, that min term will consisting of the zeros and ones information. Okay, so I can indicate it here. Again I will extend it this, rewrite that K map. So this is two variable now, so I can represent A as here and B as here. How many possibilities we are having for two inputs? That is nothing but four possibilities. That's why I can divide it into four cells. Okay, so first cell consisting of the minterms, and second cell and third cell and fourth cell also consisting of the minterms, but each variable having the two possibilities here, that is nothing but 0 and 1. Remember it. Okay, so in that, this cell consisting of 0 and 1 and this cell consisting of 0 and 1. Okay, so just forget this cell. Okay, just forget that variable. If you are having only B, okay, just forget this A variable. Okay, so only we are having B variable. So if you are having single input, how many possibilities we are getting? 2 power 1, that is nothing but two possibilities. Two possibilities is nothing but 0 and 1, right? So like that I can indicate it, 0 and 1 for this B. If you are forgetting this B, only you are having A variable, so how many possibilities we are getting? 2 power 1, again 0 1, right? So two possibilities, the two possibilities we are indicating in binary as 0 and 1. So like this way I can indicate it. So 0 1 0 1. Okay, these are the possibilities for B and these are the possibilities for A. Okay, so now how to indicate this cell means, just this cell, first cell indicated as M0. So M0 is nothing but this row and this column. Remember that point ma? M0 is combined with B of row and A of column. Like that, this second column M1 is also consisting of B row and A column. Okay, combining these two we can indicate it as this cell, like this 1 0, that is nothing but this third column. Okay, so 1 A, B as 1 and A as 0 here. For this one and this one is indicated, so I can write here this cell indicated as 0 0 and this cell indicated as 0 1 and this cell indicated as 1 0 and this cell indicated as 1 1. So now this binary information can represented in variables. How to represent? Already I told just now, that is nothing but 0 is always complement, right? 1 is normal. So like this, the variable for in complement and uncomplement means we can indicate it like this. Okay, so here A as 0, that is complement, and B is also 0. So A complement, B complement. So now coming to the second one, B as indicated with row, that is nothing but complement, and 1 is nothing but normal for A. Okay, so just observe here. So this map consists of 4 squares now. Here zeros and ones for marked. Okay, for each row and column. Okay, it is designates the values of variables A and B respectively. That's why I can write in terms of A and B. Okay, so this is B as 1, so that is normal, and A as 0, so that is complement. And next here both will be normal, you can write AB. Okay, so that means in that A appears complement column, normal column, that is 0 1, and B also consisting of complement column and complement row and normal row. Okay, so this is the final representation of the two variable K map. Okay, so how to represent a two variable K map means, for example I am taking one more example for this. I can take the two variables will be represented as xy. How to represent for xy variable of K map? For two variable K map of xy is nothing but how to represent like the how to represent means, so first we need to draw the pictorial representation, that is square box we can take, and it is separated with xy variables. Okay, so xy means again two variables, it consists of 4 cells. So x is consisting of 0 1 possibility, y is consist of 0 1 possibility. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So for 0 0 x complement, y complement. For 0 1 x is 0 complement and y is normal. Just observe here A as B for A B complement, like this. Here x, I can take here x first now, so x complement y, you can write here also, no problem. So here I am taking the first A and B complement, or otherwise you can write it B complement A, no problem. Okay, so and here 1 0 na, so 1 0 is nothing but x as normal and y as complement, and here xy. Okay, so this is the complete explanation about two variable k map. So how to represent a two variable k map means, so by this way we can simplify that. By this way we can represent the two variable k map. Okay, so we'll take some more examples for this to solve that boolean expression by using this k map. So that concept is later we will discuss. Okay, so thank you ma.